Hello and welcome to the video on exercise 5. Just a reminder, if you haven't watched the other videos, diamond means that you need to do the problem, but that the answer is in the last slide or slides, so you can see if you were on the right track, or if you are getting stuck even after this video, you can look at what the answer is and then work your way towards that. The sun, the blue sun, means that it is optional. It is up to you whether you solve that one or not, depending on which skills you need to practice the most. And for this one, what I'm going to do is solve this sun, and then any future suns, you can use this particular example to help you through that if they are the same type of problem. So we're dealing with a subtraction problem, and then we're also going to check by inverse. So I'm going to set this up. It's important that all the numbers line up correctly, starting with the 6 over the 9. So when I put 756, I want to put the 9 first, then the 8, then the 3 to make sure that each number lines up with its place value. Then I'll subtract. Next, when you subtract numbers, if the number on the top is big enough, then you're going to remove the bottom number and get whatever is left over. If the number on the top is too small, then you would end up with a negative amount. Like 6 minus 9, that's negative 3. You don't have enough to make this happen. But when you're dealing with this, if the top number is bigger, which it should be when you set up subtraction, you shouldn't end up with any negative numbers. So that means you need to do regrouping. Since 6 is too small, 6 is going to be crossed out. It's going to borrow from the next place value over. This is a 56. And so if I take away from the 50 and make it a 40, then now I have an extra 10 that I can give to the 6. So instead of 56, it's now 40 and 16. The 10 from here, from the 50, added to the 6, and now it's 16. Now I'll do the same thing here. I have 4 take away 8. Again, this is too small, and so I need to borrow again. So now I want to think of this as 74, and I'm going to borrow from the 70, and the 70 becomes now 60. So I'm going to put a 6 on top of that number. But then I need to account for the fact that now there's an extra 10. So I add the 10 to the 4, and that's 14. So this 4 now becomes 14. So I have 6 over 3, 14 over the 8, and 16 over the 9. If I subtract each of those, this is 7, 6, and 3. And now I want to make sure that I'm correct. With subtraction, it's really easy to make mistakes because of this regrouping. And so I'm going to take my answer and what I took away from the original, I'm going to add it back. So my answer plus the stuff that I took away, which is the 389. So that's 16. 6 goes here, and the 1 regroups into the tens place. And I have 14, 15. The 1 regroups into the hundreds place. 3, 6, 7. Now this is the same as the starting point. And so this shows us that we subtracted and got the correct amount, because when we added the taken away part back, it got us back to the starting point. So that checks out, and this is our answer. So this is what you'll write in the box, 367. And then you'll put your name on your notebook. You'll take a picture of this and insert it here. You'll do the same thing for this one, or you can also take a picture all at once you've shown both of them. Remember that this is optional, so if you only want to do the diamond, that's okay.